too much. So this marching order is from the owners of the territory, the owners of the land. What to do legitimately to put guns in the hands of those being invaded and slaughtered. We don't want you to just carry wheelbarrow and set off fire and be putting human beings inside it. Yeah, it's unfortunate because I know you must have been provoked and you were attacked and you fought back. But there's a way to do it. So you will compel your governors to follow up the anti-open grazing laws with the laws that will be passed by your state assemblies to enable them to create authentic arm-bearing local state agencies that will professionally, mark the word, professionally defend the people from Fulani invaders. They will also deploy security drones to monitor their space and the movement of Fulani invaders without going to Abuja or Aso Rock to ask for permission. How do you get permission or license from somebody that is destroying you? That somebody has orders. Yes,
it's the church that is telling them not to react. Our ancestors will never wait to get any freaking orders from Abuja to defend themselves.
Never. Because that's the issue we have with the religion. The religion will make our people passive, docile, and be looking dwell. The more you look, the less you see. Like Oluku. You will not give appropriate response to things happening to you as an individual. That is not how God made it. He gave you brain so that when something happens to you, you give it an appropriate response that will take you out of it. Our ancestors said that the only thing they did not have answer to was death. And they said it, that the only thing they could not find solution was death. And then people were not dying anyhow. When we didn't know the so-called Jesus Christ that we are preaching, our people were not dying anyhow. They will live to old age. Now that we are closer to God, we now know Jesus. We have now born again. We have died again and resurrected again. Children are dying. Nobody is sure of anything. Everybody is dying every day. Says who? That is wrong. You're taking back your sovereignty and your power. You're taking back your space. But you must be guided. We don't want you to get into things and do things in the way that you endanger your life and the life of your children. And Ninas is here to guide you. There are ways to do it, and you'll be guided step by step. Please send messages to us. If you're a leader, a community leader, a leader of any sort of the indigenous people, no matter where you're from, you are a leader of the people. You need information. You need how to do what you're supposed to do legitimately. Please reach out to us. We will guide you because this work has to be done. Except Nigeria is the Nigeria of sanctity of life and equality of men. We don't have business in it. We don't have party to it. We can no longer tolerate this master-slave relationship where the master has not become a hunter to hunt our people down.
After the resources. So.
Exactly. Every indigenous person must go back and stand on their ancestral homeland and begin to defend it from there, begin to negotiate from there. If you want to live together, we begin the negotiation from there. That's where it's going to start. Don't stand in the air. You came from somewhere. If you know where you came from, your ancestral homeland where you came from, go back there. Protect the land, and we begin to negotiate from there. I'm an Igbo woman. We are Igbo women. Yoruba people, Ijaw people, Efik. Everybody has their land. Nobody is taking anybody's own. Stay where you are and begin the negotiation from there. That is how to build a union. You don't stand from top and make constitution and impose on the people. And then when they are being invaded, you say, oh, we lack the capacity to do anything. God punish you. Why are you being paid? Why are you receiving salary? Get out of the way. Let's get the job done. We'll complete this segment of this video. Listen, if you need to take a note so that you understand what you need to do to be part of what is going on, part of solution, not part of the problem. Thank you.
Rather, the federal government is complicit in the attack. The governors must now do like Samuel Otom did, taking to the same advice, to send bills to the state assemblies. Let those state assemblies pass the bills. Let the governors sign the bills into law to issue firearms to agencies they are going to create to defend their people. It's not enough to say the people should go and defend themselves. How would they do it? How to be able to push back when 200-300, militia men, Fulani militia, turn up in their communities, carrying a motorcycle? That's the way they move. And so if you have a community that can hardly boast of 100 or 200 people, how are they going to respond if they are surrounded? Is it by jawbone they are going to defend them? I ask Paradeboye. Is it by what means? So the governors cannot be going in the name of the people to collect 3 billion, 4 billion, 5 billion every month. The governors cannot be collecting taxes and buying houses in Switzerland and Ikoyi for themselves. And then when it comes to doing what they should do to defend the people that are being killed, they say Constitution say there's nothing. Constitution is dead. The 1999 Constitution is no longer able to prevent you from doing whatever you can be doing for yourself. So those 68 items on the exclusive list, arms and ammunition and everything that you couldn't do. I'm sure most of us heard that Governor Fayemi in Ekiti bought drones to deploy, to even see what's going on in his forest. And he tried to go to get permission from Abuja to deploy the drones. The National Security Advisor wrote him a letter saying only the federal government can and the military can deploy drones. Governor, chief executive officer, chief security officer for a state cannot deploy drones to look into the forest to see who and who is coming and killing farmers and molesting people, because Nigeria imposed, the Fulani imposed a constitution that excludes everybody else from touching gun or taking care of their security. So where we are now is that every other suggestion about how to go and defend yourself or how to go and get gun that could be criminalized, I have to refer now to a video that has gone viral from Pastor Paul Nenche, in which he was talking about some law that permit people to defend themselves, a criminal code or penal code, in which they could, in cause of defending themselves or other people or their property, even kill their aggressor. Yes, such law exists, but there's also the Constitution that expressly make arms and ammunition the exclusive business of federal government. The implication being that if you are found with any gun that was not issued to you, authorized by the government, federal government, or any of its agencies, it is an offense in itself. There must be some mediocre lawyer that has come to make that suggestion that there's a law under which people can, because people who listen to it will think, oh, let's go and get our gun and wait. Under the Constitution that supersedes all the laws, because that's what Constitution is, it overrides the other laws. The Constitution said only the federal government and its agencies can carry arms or authorize or issue arms. Any gun not licensed by them becomes an offense if found with you. And so it is not enough to say go and defend yourself. It will be the wrong law to cite that people can go and get gun because some laws say, where the Constitution otherwise. You are endangering the people who will listen to that instruction, to that advice. We have also heard it from a few other places where people are imagining that they could just go and get gun, everybody get gun, No, let that energy that is being used to pursue PVC now. Election is 2023. You are being, distracted from the invasion that is going on. That energy that is being used to pursue PVC should be used to compel those governors to do exactly what Samuel Ortom did. And Ninas is hoping, from where things are now, Ninas is hoping that in the course of July in 2022, all the states, especially the ones that have passed anti-open grazing laws, will follow it up by passing the kind of law that Benue passed, by which firearms were issued. Because the Constitution has been repudiated by their constituents, the governors must now step into that space. Our sovereignty is on the table. If the governors don't join their people to step into that space, to make laws and issue firearms, create agencies that will stand in, not state police, not anything the National Assembly has to approve of, not anything the IG of police has to approve of. We saw the governor in Zamfara talking about police commissioners that will approve. No, you don't need anybody's approval. If the state assembly will pass the law for you to create an agency to bear arms that will defend the people from this kind of invaders, under such laws, you can also deploy drones to monitor when they are coming. If you do not step into that role now, the terrorists, the militia, the Fulani invaders are going to step into it, like we have seen in Zamfara, where they control about 7 local government areas now collecting taxes. You cannot say you are governor and this kind of a thing is happening, and we have this kind of opening in which the constitution that has been repudiated, you are now citing it as reason why you can't. So you are standing with the enemy if you are not standing with the people. So we are inviting everybody concerned to realize that we can put guns in the hands of our people. We endanger them if we ask them to go and defend themselves. The general overseers that are saying these things are surrounded by mobile policemen and soldiers, large numbers, in the place they live. But they ask villagers whose income cannot even buy one rifle. How are they going to more or less coordinate themselves to be able to become any kind of resistance to this kind of invasion we see? They come on motorcycles. The law is on the side of the enemy. That's why the motorcycles can come from wherever they come and go as they go. We saw the other time that people tried to chase after the ones who invaded them, and military helicopters turned up in Southern Kaduna. Military helicopters turned up in the sky and cleared out the villagers so that the invaders can escape. So it is a choice that has to be made now, that those governors must now be on the side of their people to send in bills to the state assemblies, pass it into law, sign and issue firearms. We cannot be, elections will not resolve this matter. Election is the most wicked distraction in the kind of invasion that is going on. Election will not solve this problem. The Peter Obi that went to Downing Street, anybody who wants to know the role of Britain in distracting us in favor of the caliphate should go to YouTube and research the video titled Nigeria, the Pyramid of Evil. I repeat, Nigeria, the Pyramid of Evil. So that you can see that Peter Obi had been drafted. If Nigeria was working well and it's just economic problem, Peter Obi will be one of those everybody will say, let us try. He certainly has shown competence. But that's not the question now. What we are facing is an invasion by Fulani agenda, attempting to take our sovereignty, our lands. If we do not find a solution to that problem, and we're talking about economic reconstruction, when the land might have been taken by the Fulani, in any event, I listened to Peter Obi on Arise TV. The reason I'm calling him out is that the young people who are going about pursuing PVC in the hope that the election of Peter Obi will solve all these problems. I'm just pointing out to them that this aspect is not covered by what Peter Obi is advertising is going to solve. The aspect of the invasion that is going on now, election is in 2023. The invasion can overrun you before February of 2023. Anybody who is not offering us an answer, offering us a solution to that invasion is discussing something else. And listen to him on Arise TV. Peter Obi is talking about how to save Nigeria. Ninas is talking about how to save Nigerians that are trapped in the toxic unitary union defined by this constitution. There are two different campaigns. There are two different subject matters. Saving Nigeria or saving the Nigerians that are trapped, currently trapped in Nigeria. At a time, the Fulani want to take that Nigeria for themselves. So the first urgent business is, how do we recover the land? How do we get hold of, remain the owners of the land? Because we are being overrun. We either sacrifice that Nigeria that's not working to save the Nigerians that are trapped here, being slaughtered here, or we sacrifice the millions of Nigerians that will be killed to save that Nigeria that Fulani want to take for themselves. Let us reflect on this and make the choices we have to make. I do not want to talk about the other candidates because we already see what Atiku said about open grazing laws that have been passed by the states. He said they are unconstitutional. We saw what he did with Deborah's killing in Sokoto. He stood with his people. If Atiku becomes president, he is going to just continue the Fulani agenda. Make no mistakes about that. As for Tinubu and his APC, it's a pity that for Tinubu that went to bring this calamity upon us, the Buhari that became president, because he has not been called to account for the consequences of that terrible decision, supported by falsehood, which they spread all over the place, and the violence that was imported. Now he wants to stand on the podium of that wrongdoing to offer himself as the next president. I don't think we need to discuss that ticket. I don't think we need to discuss Atiku. That was why I went straight to the Peter Obi that is looking like alternative to the people chasing PVC all around. Let us do first things first. That constitution has been defeated. If we don't step into our sovereignties, the invaders will step into it. I think we can stop there.
So you guys have heard. We posted the term because sometimes people hear this constitutional force majeure, they call it majora, whatever. We just wanted you to maybe perhaps understanding from a simplistic form that basically what we're saying that we are no longer under the influence of the so-called Nigerian government. So anyone waiting for them to give you authorization to do something, you're just basically waiting for our people to be unalive. That's basically what you're saying. We're saying that it's time for you to take care of your space, meaning where you are, like my sister said, your ancestral area. It does not belong to Nigeria. We never even gave them permission to in the first place, right? Because we've read the constitution for you, we the people. We've never we the people anything with them. These are a bunch of criminal gangbangers banging in a hotel room, coming up with terms to meet their own political gain in your name. And you heard this for the first time. You didn't say get in our fear. Signature. No, I forgot. Oh, we have to go to midweek prayer. Holy Ghost Fire Night is coming next week. My uncle is the one holding me hostage. You're hearing that somebody went and lied against you. Say that you put your signatures where you have never even seen the person, talk less of putting signatures. And your church, the holy church that tells us about righteousness, didn't say, this is the biggest fraud of the century. No. they will tell you that your PVC is holy. Go and vote. Because, oh, there's a saint with even a saint name coming with one watch that will save you. And we warned you guys that they're just prolonging your death, your punishment, the unleashing wickedness. They are just prolonging it. If you have this information, share it amongst our people. Maybe they didn't hear you before, because I know some group of people that we know here in Houston, they were wearing uniform, grown men and women. They're supposed to be in a civilized world that should be wanting more for their people. No, you know what they did? They raised almost $1 million for Obi. And then with they're obedient or Obi. When my ancestors sent you guys down here 10 million years ago for a time like this, that you have learned enough about speaking up for your people for you to stand up and say, oh, fashion, I will him fashion for 20 years. I have shown up for 30 years. When am I going to start being a responsible adult? Sister, go ahead while I pull up the videos, the write-up.
So, in summary, we're saying that marching to an AK-47 battle with an enemy-controlled PVC is the true definition of folly. This is by NSC, and there is a full press statement. April 28, 2018. You see the time the warning came. Don't go there, don't go that route. No, but people did not hear. What is the consequences? What are the consequences of this folly now? We see blood everywhere. We see misery, hunger, pain, hopelessness. But who led you there? The church. The church, while we are warning the sheep, don't go that route. Because they are calling them, yes, daddy. Yes, daddy. Because that is where the church is getting all the money is using to build big buildings, auditoriums, the one that now they want to hand over to their children. Because they are now sucking. This business they're doing is wonderful. They have done business with our people for the past 30 years. And the people they used to do that business, now they're about to die. These papas, Adeboye, they are now sending all of them away, sacking them for any reason, stupid reason. They will sack them. Why are they sacking them from everywhere? Because they want to hand over to their sons and their children. Because it's a private business, like we told the people. So these people and the politicians have been doing business together. And then they drag our people to the election to vote in that stupid election and see what is happening. So we're saying that this poverty is by design. The poverty you're seeing is by design. It is part of the Fulani conquest agenda against Nigerians that is powered by the 1999 Unitary Constitution. So you see, it is stupid choice to prepare for 2027 again, 2027 national elections. Ninas have been warning us, but people will leave the church and abandon the warning, the instruction being given to them to follow their GOs, these ones that are here to make money. So it's a stupid choice to prepare for 2027 national elections, to renew the life of this document that is killing our people. We can terminate it by transitioning for constitutional reconstruction. That's
now.
what we're saying. Now. So if you look at what happened to Sunday Jackson, because somebody called Mr. Ajayi is giving people advice, go and organize yourself like you're organizing for Christmas, so that when the head has come, you will use skin and jawbone to attack them.
Or better, you can ask them to eat rice with you.
Exactly. Sunday Jackson, an Adamawa farmer, sentenced to death by the Supreme Court of Nigeria for successfully defending himself against a Fulani headman on 27th January 2015, who had trespassed on his farm and attacked Sunday. By stabbing Sunday and wounding his leg, intending to kill him, Sunday fought back and overpowered the Fulani the attacker, who died. What did Nigeria do? They sentenced him to death. So should we listen to DSS Director General Adiola Ajayi and defend ourselves? Then, if we are successful, the Supreme Court will sentence us, our people, to death.
Which is what they're going to do.
Which is what they will definitely do under the 1999 Constitution. Some people are therefore asking, how can we defend ourselves from Fulani invaders that are under government protection? The government is protecting the Fulanis and they're attacking you. How can you defend yourself? What we are seeing is deadly confusion brought about because Nigeria is a union that had not been negotiated by the ethnic nationalities, the indigenous peoples, but it is imposed via the 1999 Unitary Constitution, foisted upon Nigerians. It is an unworkable union that must get renegotiated. That is, by transitioning now for constitutional reconstruction instead of preparing for 2027 national elections. Our sister Ndidi wrote. So, Ninas, through Tony Nnadi, is saying the Fulani conquest onslaughts and Tinubu's state capture gambits are both enabled by Nigeria's unitary constitution. Nigerians in this danger and chaos can end the trauma by taking down that constitution. Shutting down the voyage to 2027 election is the strategy for ending that trauma. The choice is yours.
Yep.
Solution
on the table. Solution, sister, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was excited about the right.
I'm done. No, I'm done. The choice is on the table for our people. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, it's your choice. If you want to continue to pretend like you haven't heard, you better go and start searching for information. Go and do your research. And all research in the propaganda, the research that will lead you to the right information. Because if not, the funny thing about all of this is that your lack of knowledge or lack of awareness will not stop you from bearing the consequences. The God that you serve will not say, oh, they are in the forest eating apple, they didn't know. As a matter of fact, you guys will be the first victim because we're not a forest. So there's no nature there that will stop anybody from protecting you because you were a lamb, right? You're a lamb that's supposed to be protected by the shepherd. No, baby. You're going down. So we can no longer afford to pretend not to know what's going on. For some of you that we have called in the past to speak to your group, you say, nah, and the group I reveal the never one got a lot here and there. They come to your building, you shall see now. The template is on the table and the choice is yours. Part of Tommy, or Toby, because I hear Nazagan, with his hypothyroidism going on. Mind you, go and look up the signs and symptoms of hypothyroidism, you can see the man is demented. For his own thing, he will take you guys down to the election poll again, because that's what they do. They will come to your churches, they will bring their, their men, they will show up and you guys will be dancing that the criminal came to your church this weekend and this and this. Guess what? Your blood for the again. Your blood for the again. If you want more for your children, if you want more for a future generation like we do, join the struggle. Join this model. It's moving fast. There's a template on the table. It's internationally recognized and compliant because some people will use no. Thank God na igoro akwụkwọ. And akwụkwọ anya tata ya na akara. And even here to intimidate our people and come here with and pronounce ourselves as doctor. No. Our sister, mothers. aunts, your wonderful neighbors.
Yes.
We just want you guys to get the information that you need so that we can live life and live it abundantly, not fake, not in our go and our pocket. Not in law. You when you go to your own father's land, you'll be like, oh my God, am I gonna get kidnapped? Or you even stay home, you will sneak in and sneak out. Nobody will know you came home. It's no longer okay. When I was loud, when I bucharizla, I could say na lolo with obi ụtọ with no fear. Because I am an obodo ụmụnna ọ dịrị ha na mma like our forefathers said, onye ahala nwanne ya. Our land is ala nsọ. That's God's own choice property. Yes. I don't care what anybody says. It may not look like it now because of the mess you guys have made there. But that land, when you really go back and sit and think about it, you will know that you are so loved by some, whatever it is. There's something out there.
That's why we want to reclaim it. That's why we'll reclaim it and restore it to its lost glory. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. You can't stop it.
You see? So, brothers and sisters, remain safe, be kind to each other. Stand up when you see something going wrong. Speak up. Protect our children, whether they are yours or some other person. Speak. Protect our children everywhere we see them. And devil has no choice. Whatever has no choice. I don't even want to call devil. I thought somebody told me he left the business.
Evil human beings have no choice.
Yes. So we will do this. No fear, no shaking. Until next week, brothers and sisters. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.